Okay. Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We'll begin with item A 2.1, comments on closed session agenda items. Any person wishing to speak on any item on the closed session agenda will be granted 3 minutes. Before we do that, let me read the items. As provided by law, the following are the items for discussion and consideration at the closed session of the board meeting. We have A 3.1, public employee employment discipline dismissal release reassignment of employees, Government Code Section 54957. Item A 3.2, student expulsion reinstatement expulsion enrollments. Item A 3.3, conference with labor negotiators, agency designated representatives, Dr. Cuauhtemoc Avila, superintendent, Dr. Ria MacGyver Gibbs, lead personnel agent, and Mrs. Rhonda Kramer, lead personnel agent, personnel services. Employee organizations is California School Employees Association, Chapter 203, CSCA, Rialto Education Association, REA, and Communication Workers of America, CWA. Item A 3.4, pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9 D2 and/or D3, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure. Number of potential claims is 1. A 3.5, conference with labor negotiator, Government Code Section 54957.6, designated representative, board president Edgar Montes, unrepresented employee Dr. Cuauhtemoc Avila. Do we have a first and a second?
So move.
Second.
All in favor to go into closed session?
Aye.
And aye. All right, the time is 6:10. Myself, aye. The time is 7:09. Open session is reconvened, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. So tonight we have special performances from Rialto High School, but first, let's have Rialto High School senior Andre Mendoza Ceballos lead us in the pledge.
Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Thank you, Andre. Now, led by the night's choir director, Mr. Steven Rodriguez, and drama director, Mr. David Ireland, our students will give us a sample piece of what will be performed at the Fall Showcase tomorrow at Rialto High School Theater Hall during 5th and 6th periods.
Can we see?
I'm Diego Munoz, and we're performing a small skit called Stephen Edgar.
Oh, let's see.
How long have they been in there?
Almost half an hour.
Half an hour? How long does it take to decide a punishment? Miss Doofer always struck me as a rather decisive woman. 2 weeks detention. Zap! You're suspended. Pow!
Dad's uber decisive. He's the king of decisiveness.
I know. Can I have the car, Dad? No. 2 seconds tops. Whammo. What are they doing in there?
They're probably not even talking about it anymore. They probably wrapped you from the first 5 minutes and now they're talking about vacation or something. It's possible. They're probably discussing vacation spots right now. I like Hawaii this time of year. Jamaica's really nice too.
They're just in a good mood because they haven't contacted your parents yet and you're not going to get yelled at till later.
What's the worst that can happen? You've never been in trouble before? Sure, your first time was a bit of a doozy. But come on, how hard can they be?
My dad's going to kill me.
Be serious.
Seriously, he could kill me.
Not gonna happen. Think smaller scale.
I don't know. Maybe he'll hide all my shoes.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take all of your shoes, son.
Just because your dad is all, boys will be boys. Hey man, I was young once too. Peace out.
I don't know, dude. I never set fire to a bathroom before. Sure, my dad did a lot when he was younger. I mean a lot. But he never set a bathroom on fire.
Okay, but we didn't mean to set a bathroom on fire.
If only that counted!
Wow, who knew toilets were so flammable?
Hindsight's 20/20.
What are they doing in there? I wish they would just come out, whatever punishment it is. Just out here in the open. The waiting is killing me.
Hey, hear me out. Chinese water torture.
What?
Think about it. They're not doing anything in there. They're just making you wait, panicking, sweating it out. That's the punishment.
You know what? Enough is enough. This isn't human. If they're going to punish me, just come out and do it. Right here, right now. I deserve to know. Do you hear me? It's my basic human right to know, and I want to know right now. Oh, I changed my mind. Can't wait.
This is senior Samantha Bustamante. This is her song, Autumn Leaves.
Hi.
Check, check, check. Okay. The autumn leaves drift by the window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see her lips and the summer kisses. These sunburnt hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's songs. But I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall. When the autumn leaves start to fall. When the autumn leaves start to fall.
Thank you.
Little ukulele to get you in the
That was beautiful, thank you.
Great job. Thank you.
Wow, let's give them another round of applause. That was awesome. Thank you, students, and thank you, Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Ireland, along with Knight's principal, Dr. Caroline Sweeney, and Rialto High School families who attended tonight's school board meeting to view these spectacular performances, and those watching at home. Thank you. Go Knights! Okay, next we go to report out of closed session.
We have one, President Montes. The Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Ignacio Avila Elementary School Assistant Principal, Dunn Elementary School. The roll call vote was unanimous.
Thank you. Next we go to adoption of tonight's agenda. Do we have a motion?
So move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right. Ms. Walker, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Ms. Lewis?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Next, we go to presentations, and we will begin with Eisenhower High School senior Jessica Bailey, Excellence in Art Design. And that will be presented by our very own Vice President, Ms. Stephanie Lewis.
Tonight we honor Jessica Bailey. Come on up, girl. A 17-year-old senior at Eisenhower. At the end of the summer of 2022, some of Jessica's original photography was selected and showcased at the Mexican Consulate building in San Bernardino. Jessica, a passionate photographer who has an artistic eye, was the only student in the Rialto Unified School District to have her pre-Columbian nature picture selected by the Mexican Consulate. Where did Jessica come from? Her mother and father, Paula. Paula Bailey, who is also a longtime community leader and advocate for children with special needs, was overjoyed at the news that several of her daughter's photography was selected to hang in the majestic walls of the consulate building. It's a proud moment. We are all proud of you, Jessica, replied Miss Bailey, who's here tonight with her family. Would you like to stand? Okay. Jessica is part of her high school annual class, and she really enjoys taking pictures of nature. We are thrilled that she has a good eye for photography. She keeps herself busy. This is the words of her mom. Born and raised in the city of Rialto, Jessica is the youngest child of Steve and Paula Bailey. Jessica also has 3 older brothers, Christopher, Thomas, and Justin Bailey. Are they here with you? Brothers, huh? But they're here with you in spirit, we know. Jessica, who has been a Girl Scout troop since she was 5 years old, is an outdoorsy girl. She has completed all her leadership training and worked as an apprentice for the Girl Scout camp in Idlewild. I was the camp nurse there for a long time. Yeah. Last summer, Jessica finished 2 years career technical educational program in early education at Eisenhower. And as a part of the program, she worked with 3rd grade students at Morgan Elementary School last year, all while keeping up her grades. Jessica plans after graduation to enroll into a local college, and thanks to the strong mentorship from Eisenhower School science teacher, Miss Reynolds, and her child development teacher, Miss Bravo, are they here? Okay. Oh, we'll talk about child development, huh? Okay. She is looking to a career as an educator. We grow our own in Rialto. Eisenhower High School motto is a legacy of excellence, and our student Jessica Bailey is part of that legacy and that excellence, stated Dr. Frank Camacho, principal of Ike, in an email. I could not attend tonight school board meeting because of a pre-planned educational commitment, but I am so very honored that through our dedicated teachers, support, and staff and assistant from Nurturing Home Foundation, we receive results such as these. I thank the Board of Education and Superintendent Dr. Avila for recognizing Jessica as one of Eisenhower High School talented student whose artwork and photography was displayed. We are so very proud of you, and thank you for recognizing Jessica. And thank you, Jessica, for putting our district on the map for a positive showcase. We have a plaque here for you. I just want us to sort of zoom in on her inspiration. And being a photographer, you're always wondering what they see, that eye for detail, that eye for the beauty in the simplest thing. And to just celebrate your eye for nature, which is the beginning of everything. Thank you for sharing that. Our plaque reads, presented to Jessica Bailey, Senior, Eisenhower High School, 2022 Excellent in Art Photography, only Rialto Unified School District, chosen by the Mexican Consulate to display the 5 pre-Columbian culture art photography. Awesome. Thank you. Maybe you need to share this moment. Oh, okay.
I would like to thank the following people who have always been supporting me, oh my God, and recognizing my accomplishments. My family, who has always been there for me, my Girl Scout family, who has always encouraged me and taught me lessons of courage, confidence, and character, especially my mentor, Sparrow, who actually helped me take these pictures. And she was always there no matter what. My teacher, administrator throughout my education, starting with Miss Curtis, who was my preschool principal, all the way to my staff at Eisenhower High School. And it's been amazing support, including my principals, counselors, teachers, especially Miss Fitzpatrick, who helped me put my work in the Mexican consulate. And by no means would I ever forget Saida, who has always encouraged everyone, including me, to shoot for the stars. And of course, I couldn't go without the biggest thanks to the board for finding my art valuable enough to acknowledge it. Thank you.
One of our traditions, the entire board gets to picture. And our student board member right next to him. President Montes. Mom? Don? Definitely. Everyone that's here to support. Come on, Don. Oh, Mom, come on. I hid in the back. Yeah, I'm like, I can be in the back. You didn't hide in the back either. Everybody look at it. We can't see Miss. We can't see you. We can't see you, Miss. Oh, now. Oh. Stephanie. Now, there you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Find my art finish.
I have one question for our artist. Did you shoot with a camera or a phone?
I used a Canon camera with a macro lens.
Okay.
And the LAR brand.
Okay, all right, all right.
Jessica, is that your camera?
Yes, it was my camera. It wasn't my lens, but
Was?
it was my camera.
It still is?
It still
Okay.
is. Oh,
Just wanted to make sure you had your own gear.
yes, I actually have 2 Canon cameras.
Okay.
Thank you, Vice President Ms. Lewis, for helping us with that presentation. And again, congratulations to Jessica Bailey and her mother and family. Thank you. Congratulations. So next, we're going to go to item C, comments, public comments not on the agenda. Any person wishing to speak on any item not on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes.
We have several. We have Michael Montano.
Good evening, everyone in attendance and the audience viewing at home. Came to speak on a few matters tonight. One, it's been brought up a few times, the fights that we're having on our campuses. I had sent...
So this one was for items on the agenda?
On the
Oh,
agenda.
not on the agenda, I'm sorry. Not on the agenda.
Not
This
on-
one is on the agenda, the first one.
Which one do you want me to speak on first?
The first one here is, sorry, not on the agenda. I put the wrong one.
No worries.
You're
no
still
worries.
first.
No worries. Okay. Okay, so I sent an email out asking which teachers experience fights in the classroom, not on campus, but in the classroom. I got a response from 37 teachers. One high school had 6 replies alone. Again, these are in the classroom, not out on the campus. One middle school had 4, and those are just in-class fights. So there's definitely some sites having more issues than others. Not all schools responded, so, you know, fights are going to happen. We have enough students, fights are going to happen. We have some sites, it's an issue. I won't say all sites, but some sites it's definitely an issue. And teachers have been asking for training since before the pandemic. We have teachers that have been put on leave for breaking up fights. We have teachers that have been put on leave for not breaking up fights. So we need some clear direction, our district policy on the matter. When is it clear to break up a fight? When is it clear to not break up a fight? And to give us guidance or more guidance when that line is not so clear and how to err on the side of caution. It would be great if we could get that in writing. Some of the other sites have reported that they're having sites with their administrators. When I say this, I don't want that confused with I'm a teacher at Rialto, so I'm saying Rialto. No, it's other sites. And another example of two examples of, again, putting the cart before the horse. Again, we had an ED student put in the mainstream classroom, and the teacher has reached out saying that there has been no support or any type of training. And at our last standards-based grading meeting, it came out that some principals don't even know who's on their site team, so very clear we're not where we want to be with that. So again, if we can, make sure we're going slow so we can go fast later. And that's all for tonight not on the agenda. Thank you.
Flora Aguilar.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Flora Aguilar. I am here to speak on behalf of my daughter, Emma Amina Aguilar. My daughter, who has continued to be below grade level 3+ years in math and in reading, and who has continued to struggle year after year, unable to meet her IEP goals in multiple areas while attending Rialto Unified School District. After careful review of her records, assessments, reports, and IEP recordings that I have, it was recommended by a teacher for I to request testing. I then had sent an email, a group email to yourself, Dr. Avila, Ms. Evely, Dr. Sreka, Ms. McNally, Ms. Garcia, her case carrier, Ms. Gates, Ms. Lopez on May 4th, and where I followed that by serving them handily into this district to Mr. Avila, Dr. Avila, Mrs. Ely, and Dr. Strika on May 5th. While that assessment hasn't been done since then till now, I waited and I continued to assess the situation on what I needed to do. What ended up happening is that I continued to have my daughter's IEP meetings, and where at one point it got to the point where they were unprofessional, they were argumentative, combative, very dismissive, disrespectful, and outright unprofessional. It put me in the position to request a parent meeting, and where I was to address my parent concerns for what I have to bring to the table, which is what they have access in my daughter's records. Unfortunately, on June 1st, at my 9 a.m. IEP meeting, it didn't take place. Instead, Mrs. Gates and Mrs. Dominguez had the premeditated agenda to pull me into a room, and where my adult son attended with me. They proceeded to offer me and what I call and what has been described as a bribe. Whether you know it or you all know it, it's a bribe. When you are sitting there asking me to sign something in exchange for something else, it is for what it is. When you are sitting there and asking me to remove the request of testing, to remove the request of records, my legal parent right to have access to within the state law of California. And you're doing this because you don't want to acknowledge whether my daughter has a problem or not, whether she has a learning disability or not. We're 5 months out, and we still don't have the answers to why she struggles, which is why I pulled her out of this district. I can give you a list of all the things that they offered me, but a lot of them are out of the state compliance. So I ask, why didn't you, your office, your people you sign to address this matter? You know about what's been going on. That offer was not in any way, shape, or form without your knowledge or your consent. So I want to hear it from you. I want everybody to know. Why is it that you're receiving federal funds, state funds?
Thank you, Ms. Aguilar. Thank you.
Dr. Robin MacGyver Brown.
Good evening to our board president, Dr. Avila, superintendent, board members, cabinet. I am here 3 minutes to talk about something that is really dear to my heart, but also to commend Rialto for taking the step to be part. There is a statewide community engagement initiative that Rialto Unified is now a part of. And I wanted to briefly allow all of you to know that what it is and why we are thankful that you are a part of it. And then also, while the papers are going around, to thank Dr. Avila for coming to be a speaker at our countywide parent summit. And I'm here personally because it's not often you get a superintendent to come down on a Saturday and do that because they are so busy with many other things. But Rialto has put the parents first and has really worked hard to continue to strive to even include more parents and be very encompassing of community engagement. So I just want to let you know that this statewide initiative, you are in it with California Collaborative of Education, San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools, which I represent, and then also CABE and Families in Schools. On the next page, I want to briefly let you know that this statewide initiative is a purpose to focus on building capacity of communities, identifying effective models of community engagement, developing effective peer-to-peer partnerships, and scaling up what works. And then also I wanted you to know, because this is a high-level initiative, there is one county office out of our 58 that leads this initiative, and it is in my department, and it is with San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools. And so that next picture or graphic depicts that the Community Engagement Initiative is part of the statewide system of support. And I know that I also want to thank Dr. Chavez for leading the educational support services and Dr. Delgado for actually leading the family engagement pieces that have committed to do this work and continue. There are 6 ineffective models for community engagement. And so this survey was done, and it allows us to work on what is not effective in community engagement, and we come together to work on how do we build the effective pieces of community engagement together. Each district has a team, and on this page, it also tells you you have district leadership, you have staff, you have parents or students, community-based organizations, and other district office representatives from the county. And then on the next page, page 4, you're going to see that in cohort 1 of this project, the districts that were part of this work. And then it grew in cohort 2, you can read it at your leisure on page 4, to another additional 12 districts. And then finally, what I want to point out is on page 5, cohort 3, which is where Rialto is in the blue phases. We have 28 districts spanning across the state of California in 9 learning networks that will meet over the next 2 years. Thank you so much for your time, and I want to thank Rialto for being a part of this statewide initiative.
Thank you.
Evelyn Dominguez.
Good evening. My name is Evelyn Dominguez. Good evening, Dr. Avila, our esteemed board. I'm sorry, got tongue-tied. Our innovation team and our viewing audience. I am here tonight to highlight Rialto High. Oh, sorry. I'm here to highlight Rialto High School. I attended with my 3 sons their football game, and I can tell you that those Knights put everything on that field. They played against Colton, and they won, of course. But I will say that every single student was on that field. from the football team to the homecoming court and to the drama club. It was a spectacular night. My kids loved it. I was able to see Steven there at the football game. It was a very exciting game, but I especially loved the performances that was given by their drama team, and also the presentation from the homecoming. So I would like to thank Mrs. Dr. Sweeney for keeping a tight ship and encouraging all of these scholars to do their best that they can. Thank you and have a good night.
Tobin Brinker.
Good evening, Superintendent and board members. Back in the 1980s, former President Ronald Reagan gave us a quote, trust but verify. And I always loved that quote. It was in the context of negotiating with Russia about reducing nuclear arms. But I love that quote because of the two parts and how they work together. The first word, trust, is so hopeful and optimistic, right? But the second part, verify, it's realism. It's really about being pragmatic, right? And understanding that sometimes you have to, the devil's in the details. You got to see the proof, right, to know that things are going to happen the way they say they're going to happen. I wanted to come here tonight and thank you. Sometimes we come up here and we speak and we sort of put these words out here and hope, right, that we're going to get a result. And I've been speaking about our music program in our district for some time. And I was informed today that a meeting took place yesterday that we're bringing people together to solve the problem. And while I wasn't a part of that meeting, and I don't need to be a part of that meeting, I'm glad that it took place. It sends a message. Now, the trust but verify, right? You got to do a better job of communicating so that people know that that stuff's getting done. I kind of heard it sort of through a back channel, which I wish I'd heard it directly, because it's something that's really weighing on my heart, which is why I've come up here so many times and spoken about the need to really take care of our music programs. But I wanted to thank you for that. I recently watched a video online by Simon Sinek. He's a great speaker, and he talked about this idea of trust. And in his video, he looked at elite Army Rangers, and they were looking for how do you recruit these people, and they looked on sort of two characteristics. One was basically the ability to do the job. Do you have the qualifications, high performance? And then the other was trust. And what they found was that of those two indicators, that trust was really the important one. That if you had someone that was a super high performer, but you couldn't trust them, they couldn't do the job. That the trust was the element that was absolutely essential to that job. And I say that because I feel like we've got some trust issues. And I'm here as a person who wants to build that bridge, right? Rialto. That's what we do, right? We build bridges here in Rialto, okay? The Rialto Bridge. And so I wanted to tell you about something I've done and something I'm doing. You are probably aware that over the last few years, the Inland Empire Children's Book Project has donated over 10,000 free books to students in the district. And sadly, when COVID happened, we basically went defunct for a while. It had a really major impact on our ability to do what we do. Most of our volunteers are elderly. COVID just really kind of affected that. The good news is we're back, and we're working with Dollahan Elementary School. And I want to thank Shelley Gastello, who's one of the reading specialists there. And see, I have trust with Shelley. I've known her for years. We were on the executive board of REA together. And that helps to build a bond. And Dan Husbands, who's the principal there, who got back to me really quick as well. And we are going to gather the books and deliver them so that every student at Dollahan Elementary will get a free book. And I just wanted to let you know that.
Thank you so much.
Maisha Calloway.
Good evening, school board, innovative team, and viewing audience. I am Maisha Calloway, the president of REA, which is our awesome teachers union. I want to thank all of the REA unit members for all that they are doing this school year. I want to let you guys know that I see what's going on these campuses, and it is just awesome. Continue to be innovative while working with your students and each other. Continue collaborating with each other and leaning on each other when times get tough. I've been seeing so much excellence across the district, and it makes me so excited to know that our students are in good hands. I also want to say to the board, thank you for quickly getting assistance and working with us to get that good assistance to Frisbee Middle School. We're hoping that things smooth out and get better. Coursera is next on the list because they do need some extra assistance. I also want to throw a compliment out to Carter High School after speaking on them last meeting. I went down, I visited Dr. McMillan, I talked to some teachers, and things have settled down at Carter. The one thing that they still do need assistance with, and of course, all of our sites, is the SPED department and our lack of aides. But I know you guys are doing everything to help that out. But I still want to point out, having the lack of aides in the district is having a major effect on our classrooms and with our students. So hopefully that can be resolved sooner than later. I also just wanted to say that it's almost December, it's almost November, it's almost vacation time. And if we all hang in there and just talk positively to each other, keep those snacks in your classroom and the candy so that if your colleague needs a little extra pep in their step, you can offer it to them. But I just wanted to say thank you once again to all of the members. I'm so excited when I'm at the school sites. I was at Fitzgerald, and the classrooms, the learning that was going on was just so awesome that I think I was late to the rest of my meetings because I didn't want to leave the school site. Also, when I was at Carter, they're really on it up there, passing periods, everything was looking good. So I just wanted to say thank you to all the members, but we still have a lot of work to do to get things fully where they need to be. And that's all. Have a good night.
Chris Cordasco.
Good evening, Rialto Unified Family. I'm Chris Cordasco. I'm the CSEA chapter president. Tonight, I'm here to speak to you guys about a disappointment that we as classified staff are feeling at this time. Last week on Friday, the CSEA negotiation team met with the district. We were really hoping to finish our negotiations and close out our contract. We came prepared to do so. Unfortunately, we're being met with what I consider ridiculous request to waive our rights to the very fundamental basic rights that we have in this country. It needs to stop. It's nonsense. We're not giving up our basic fundamental rights. We need to finish this contract and get it done. Our staff needs their raises. This economy is killing. You guys can see on your board agenda the amount of people that quit on a daily basis. A lot of that is due to the circumstances in our schools, to the way the environment is, what they're having to deal with, and when they get their paycheck, they're not feeling appreciated. That's what's going on. They're going to our sister districts right next door to Fontana, to Redlands, to San Bernardino, where they can get more hours. It's absolutely ridiculous to have an instructional aide work 3 hours a day. It's insulting, and the only reason we have it is to deny them the rights to benefits. It used to be working for a school district was looked upon as a step up. Right now, people are leaving to go to McDonald's, to go to Amazon, to go to Walmart. We just had an employee resign, it's in your board agenda tonight, who just got rehired as a sub because they were done being at one site where they couldn't deal with the safety issues that are happening at all sites. At the last board meeting, President Montez asked to give a list of sites. It's not one site. We have issues everywhere. We have a lack of safety officers. We have a lack of a police presence. We need to have a relationship with our police officers. We need to teach our students that police officers are not bad people, and we should be inviting them on our campuses. We need our SRO officers back. In closing, I want to just say thank you to Rialto High School performing arts students. That was an awesome performance. And I want to also congratulate Jessica as a former Eisenhower student myself. It's awesome that she's carrying that torch and keeping Rialto in the spotlight. Thank you.
That is all we have for items not on the agenda.
Okay. Next, we'll have public comments on the agenda items. Do we have any?
Yes, we do. We have Michael Montano.
On the agenda. Yes, sir. Okay, so I noticed that on the agenda, there's something for Carter E3.25 for Smart Pass, and I just wanted to come and speak a little bit about it. We have it, we started this year at Rialto High, and we've seen it make a really big difference. In fact, I think this young man here could give a nod and attest to that as well, as he's on our campus. Huge difference, so hopefully they get all the support they need with that, and maybe, I don't know if Eisenhower is doing it or not, but it's definitely a step in the right direction, so, you know, please approve that, because we're seeing good things from it at our site, which, again, I can't speak highly enough for it. So whosever idea it was, I don't know where it came from, but great idea. It's working. It's being proactive, and we need more things like this. So thank you.
Thank you. Teresa Hunter.
Good evening, Honorable Board, Superintendent, and staff. I'm Teresa Hunter with Communications Workers of America, CWA, you know it as. We represent the substitute teachers for Rialto Unified School District. We're just here this evening in support of the proposed agreement between Rialto Unified School District and CWA. And we just are here in support of that. Our Chief Steward, Heather Estruck, is also here. In case we are approaching 9 p.m. before we get to our item, I may have to go to another drop in on another brief meeting, so Heather will step in for me at that time. That is just in case. But anyway, thank you guys so much, and we appreciate the support for the proposal. Thank you.
That is all we have.
Okay, thank you. C4, comments from the superintendent, Dr. Avila.
Student board member.
Oh,
Yes.
Stephen, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
C3, comments from our student board member, Stephen Gaitan. Thank you.
First up, great performance from Broadway Nights from Rialto High School. You guys should have seen their last performance at our pep rally. Oh my God, it was so good. And also at the football game as well. It was so good. Like, they're doing such a great job. As for Jessica Bailey, great job. I walked in right now and I saw those pictures right there and I was like, oh, those are nice pictures. Like, they're redecorating. I was like, how nice. I'm very, good job on your accomplishment. I'm very proud. Next up is in response to the Smart Pass. We've been using the Smart Pass system this entire year for Rialto High School. And yeah, there's been lots of good improvement. There's not really many roaming students around the campus, meaning extra safety. You can't leave a classroom without a pass. And whoever's on campus, as per our security guards, they know what class you're coming from, they know where you're going, and that really just improves our security at Rialto High School. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, thank you. That was such great feedback. I was interested in seeing how the pass actually works. So
yeah,
thank you so much. Okay, next we'll have Superintendent.
Thank you, Vice President Lewis. And as was mentioned earlier, congratulations to the performers. Thank you for entertaining us and getting us started this evening. Great talents here. Jessica Bailey, thank you for your recognition. And thank you for representing the district at the Mexican Consulate. Also, this week is National Bus Safety Week. And I want to thank our Transportation Services Department for their dedication to serving students and families. A video commemorating this week showing our dedicated transportation services team is available on our district social media accounts. Our bus drivers and transportation staff always go the extra mile to get students to and from school and to activities and sporting events throughout the school year. But we do need to make sure that, safely to share the road. So this is more towards the general public, and I can tell you, visiting schools sometimes is not the safest thing. So parents, please, please, please do everything that you can to get to school, to pick up or to drop off early enough so that we not have the congestion and the safety concerns that materialize at some of our schools. But thank you to Dora, Laura, Derek, and the rest of the team for everything that you do to transport our kids each and every day in a safe manner. Briefly, I am aware of some of the safety concerns that do flare up at some of our schools. I want to acknowledge that, and as was shared earlier, I do intend to address this with our team to make sure that our families, our students, our staff, everyone together feels safe on our campuses each and every day. Congratulations to Eisenhower High School Principal Dr. Frank Camacho and teacher Nalik for putting together the Inland Empire, the second annual Inland Empire Latino Educators Roundtable last week, hosted, or better yet, the keynote was Sandro Galvan, president of CALSA, and also the superintendent up in the north. So we had quite a few participants from throughout the state taking part in conversations acknowledging Hispanic Latino Heritage Month and issues concerning students. I also want to congratulate several of our team. Last week they were recognized by the Rialto Democratic Club's Who's Who Awards. Carter High School Principal Dr. Robin McMillan earned the Excellence in Education Award. So congratulations to her. Meanwhile, Dr. Manuel Burciaga, our lead academic agent, Secondary Innovation, was honored with the Rialto Superstar Award. And he was joined by advocates Ms. Myrna Reese and Mrs. Dakira Williams, who also received the Rialto Superstar Award. And president of our West Valley Water District, Mr. Shannon Hawkins.
Pause for our PTA and we have to say it again. Say their names again.
So, Dr. Burciaga was joined by parent advocate Ms. Myrna Reese and Mrs. Dakira Williams, who also earned the Rialto Superstar Award. Additionally, parent, leader, and president of the West Valley Water District, Mr. Shannon Hawkins, earned the Elected of the Year Award. So congratulations to each of you for your recognitions. Here on Friday, October the 28th, we the district will celebrate our literacy at our elementary schools with Book Mania. So next Friday, students and staff are encouraged to dress in their favorite book characters to celebrate literacy throughout our district. Also later that day, we will hold our annual Trunk or Treat celebration at select sites. You can visit our website to identify the sites where the Trunk or Treats will be taking place. There's 17 sites that will be hosting the Trunk or Treat this year. And also looking forward to November the 2nd for our annual Dia de los Muertos cultural celebration at the Chavez Huerta Center. For more information, you can contact our parent institute and speak with Dr. Raymond Delgado for details. Looking forward to that. And that is all that I have.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next we're going to hear from our board members. And I'm going to take this moment because this particular board member been sitting on my side, and I see this empty seat. Come on over, Dina. You have to scoot over.
Because I'm like, I'm fine.
Come on, Steve. Come on down. And I'm so intent on listening. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to say what's next. So I feel supported by Mr. Martinez and Ms. Walker surrounding me, and Nancy in her presence, and our president had to step out, Mr. Montez, so I'm filling the gap. But it's a team. So we would like to, there we go. Now I feel comfort. Okay. We would like to hear from Board Member Walker.
We did all of that, and I didn't have any comments tonight. So now, but just congratulations again to Miss Jessica Bailey for her artwork. I'm excited about the opportunities in the not only the visual arts, performing arts, and all of those, and all of the fine arts, everything. And remembering to, for all of you. I don't think I can say this, but there's a sign in my yard, if you know where I live, asking us to vote for a certain measure. Please vote for it in favor of the arts. Yes. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Joseph Martinez.
Thank you, Vice President Lewis. I really don't have much, but I did want to recognize our bus drivers. It's your time. CSEA, after being a president for CSEA over Chapter 210, it's hard to not love on our members when it's time. The other thing is I want to thank everybody for doing the best they can under adverse circumstances. The adversity is we are understaffed. We remain to be understaffed. Money does seem to be an issue. We're ready to provide it for new people. I'm proposing stipends and so forth for hiring. I want to give our people credit financially. And I want to make sure that we don't lose people, because it's costly to train people and to train them and lose them to a district next door. I don't like it. I mean, they get great employees, but we'd rather keep them here as Rialto people. So, ready to do what we can at the appropriate time. So, as for all the struggles on campus, I keep thinking, and I'm going to say it out loud so the kids hear this, and you can carry this, Mr. Gaitan, to your peers. It's inappropriate to put cameras in the bathroom, but it may not be inappropriate to put microphones. You can hear planning, you can hear misbehavior, and unfortunately you might hear something else. But you'd only be listening to it in the event there were problems on campus and you needed a record of it. Other than that, I can't see the need to listen. But anyway, it's an option. I don't know if you could run it by legal, because we really need to do something to support staff, especially since we're shorthanded. If you're interested in joining Rialto, look online. It's edjoin, edjoin.org, if I remember right. And that's edjoin.org. Then just do a search for Rialto, and you can see what we have available. There's a lot of entry-level positions. There's a lot of positions up and down the pay scale. So we'd love to have you. And if you love working with kids and with good peers, this is a place. We try to pay accordingly, and we try to give good benefits. And we're always looking for good people. So edjoin.org. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Board Member Martinez. So next we'll have Stephanie Lewis. And I just want to, I just want to mention that this is Bully Prevention Month. And the color for bullying prevention is orange. And we need to, first you have to recognize that it happens. You have to address the issues. And I think we're on a good path of having a solution base type of problem solving. I want to welcome back our union leaders. I enjoy listening to what you speak and say, and want to hear more, each month. Mr. Brinkler, I just, that music, we were like connecting on that, and thank you for the book club and the positive feedback and building that bridge. That autumn, maybe we should have someone play music.
Autumn leaves.
It just set a whole positive vibe, and I'm so grateful that we're building coalitions. We're taking the constructive criticism, and we're building a foundation to do the solutions. So Dr. Avila, I applaud you and your leadership team for, sometimes when you hear things, they're wrapped in a pretty bow and sometimes they're raw. But the information is very important, and for us to take a deep look within our district and get positive solutions is something that we're going to continue to do, and we're going to grow. And I like, that our schools are moving forward. We're sort of jumping over into this positive vibe. That's very important. But we need to hear it all. The good, the bad, and the better. Okay? And that's our move that we're going. So that ends. So next we're going to go to D1.1, sufficiency of instructional material, school year 2022 to 2023.
Make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Okay. Board member?
Read any person wishing to speak.
Oh, I thought we had that part. Okay, any person, I like this team effort, I'm a novice, but I'll be an expert pretty soon.
That's right.
Any person wishing to speak on an item on the public hearing agenda will be granted 3 minutes. We did that, right?
We have none.
Okay. Walker, how do you vote?
Aye, in favor.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Aye. The time is 8:06. Okay, D3.1. I'm on the right tab? Okay.
D2.
D2. Oh, we have to close. I'm not on the right tab, but I'm getting there. D2.2, close public hearing.
So move.
Second.
Vote by board member.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Stephanie Lewis. And the time is 8:07. 8:07. Now we're in D3.1. Okay. Form for public disclosure of proposed collective bargaining agreement, AB 1200, Communication Workers of America. Pursuant to the requirements of the governmental code and board policy, the form of disclosure of proposed collective bargaining, AB 1200, statutes of 1991, chapter 1213, as revised by AB 2756, statute of 2004, chapter 25, government code 3547.5, between the Communication Workers of America, CWA, and Rialto Unified School District Board is hereby posted in compliance with the legislative requirements for the public notice.
And I will move to open public hearing.
Second.
Okay, mine on a different page.
No. We just didn't open it for 5.
Oh, okay.
We're on the bottom of 5. Page 5.
Had to back up a little bit.
Oh, we had to back it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to vote to open it.
Okay, let's vote to open it.
Aye.
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, aye. Time is 8:08.
Okay, you read it.
Okay.
Ask her, is there anyone?
Are there any questions?
Does anybody want to speak?
Does anybody want to speak?
So we have no one wishing to speak on this public item.
Move to close public hearing.
Second.
Vote by board member?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we did this at 8:08. Thank you, team. Consent calendar items. All items on the consent calendars will be acted upon in one motion unless pulled by the Board of Education members or the superintendent for individual action. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Preferential vote by student.
Preferential vote by student Stephen Gaiton.
Aye.
Aye. Walker.
Aye.
Aye. Stephanie Lewis. Okay. Discussion items. Award bid number 22-23-002 for Carter High School painting project to CMA Painting. Do we have a motion to move?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, vote, award bid number 222-23002 to CMA Painting for the painting project at Carter High School at a cost not to exceed $519,000, right?
Yes.
And to be paid from Fund 14 Deferred Maintenance. Vote by Board Member Walker.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis. Aye. F2, award bid number 22-2003 for Carter High School flooring project to Mike Custom Flooring. Do we have a motion to move?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, award bid number 22-23-003 to Mike Custom Flooring for the flooring project at Carter High School at a cost not to exceed $1 million?
Yes.
Yep.
28,771, and to be paid from Fund 14 Deferred Maintenance Fund. Vote by Board Member Ms. Walker,
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez, and I, Stephanie Lewis. Agreement with ID Bailey LLP. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, approve the agreement with I.E. Bailey LLP to provide audit service to cover 3 fiscal years, 2022 to 2023, at a cost of $60,500, 2023 to 24, $63,000, and at the year of 2024 to 2025 at $64,500, for a total cost not to exceed $188,000, and to be paid from the general fund. Vote by Board Member Ms. Walker.
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
Martinez. Stephanie Lewis. Aye. Agreement with Guide Post Solution LLC district-wide audiovisual renovation plans. Do we have a motion to move?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Approve an agreement with Guidepost Solution LLC to provide specification for audiovisual renovation projects effective October the 20th, 2022 through June 30th, 2023 at a cost not to exceed $244,550,000. Expand Learning Opportunity Program and General Fund. Vote by Board Member Ms. Walker.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis. I have a comment too on this one. Yeah, we need this. I think this will add, and I hope we have include an automated time system so a board member don't have to be sitting up here doing a clock. And maybe all this reading so fast. So have the little speed reader. So yay. Okay, F5, agreement with Art Specialty Inc., Jehu and Rialto Middle School. Do we have a motion to move?
So moved.
Okay, second. Okay. Approve an agreement with Art Specialty Inc. to provide artwork and esports lab at Jehu and Rialto Middle School effective October the 20th, 2022 through June 30th, 2023 at a cost not to exceed $53,316.93 and to be paid from the general fund. How do we vote by board member? Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, aye. And the Frisbee on the list pretty soon? Okay, just throwing it out there. All righty.
All of them are on the list.
Okay. All righty. F6, agreement with Safari Montage. Do we have a motion to move?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, approve a renewal agreement with Safari Montage to provide curated educational digital resource effective October the 20th, 2022 through June 30th, 2023 at a cost not to exceed $59,031 and to be paid from general funds. Vote by board member. Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis? Aye. Okay. Ooh, Stephen, you have to read the rest for me. I'm getting tired up here. No, I'm just playing. A Southerner talks slow and reads slow. Now I feel like I'm a Californian now. I got to read fast and talk fast, okay?
Take your time.
Resolution number 222326, sufficient of instructional materials. Do we have a vote? Motion.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, adopt resolution number 222326, sufficiency of instructional materials. Vote by board member, Ms. Walker.
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez and Stephanie Lewis. Aye. Okay, F8, tentative settlement agreement between Rialto Unified School District and Communication Workers of America. Is there a motion to move?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, approve the tentative settlement. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay. I just love the circle of support. But there you. Okay. Where were we? In my circle. Do I read F8 again?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so approve the tentative settlement agreement between Rialto Unified School District and Communication Workers of America, CWA.
So moved.
Okay.
And second, we were
Okay.
already there.
We were there. Okay. So did we take the vote?
No, we need to vote.
Okay. Vote by board member, Ms. Walker.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, aye. F9, certificate of hourly salary increase. Do we have a motion to move?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I'll read this one slow. Approve an increase to the certified hourly daily pay schedule effective October the 20th, 2022 at a cost of $64,000 and to be paid from the general fund, adult education fund, and child development fund. Do we have a vote, Ms. Walker?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, aye. Okay.
That one was with pleasure.
Okay. Contract for employment, lead strategic agent. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Martinez, we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Approve contract for employment for the lead strategic agent. Prior to vote on this item, consistent with the Government Code Section 54953, the board president will orally report a summary of the salary compensation provided under the contract. We now come to item F10 on the agenda. Pursuant to Government Code 54953C3, the recommendation before us this evening is to approve the proposed contract for employee for the position of lead strategic agent effective October the 24th, 2022. The proposed contract specified that the lead strategic agent base salary shall be $170,000 and $41,020. Employees shall also receive an additional 5% stipend based on her doctoral degree and an incentive increment for longevity as other certificate management employees, and a car allowance in the amount of $500 per month, bringing the total compensation to $190,268.44 for the 2022 to 23 school year. For the 2023-2024 school year, the lead, help me out?
I don't have it.
No.
Oh, strategic.
Yeah. Agent shall receive $250,000 plus an additional 5% stipend based on her doctoral degree, an incentive increment for longevity as the other certificate management employee, and a car allowance of $500 per month, bringing the total compensation to $279,858 for the 2023 and 2024 school year. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second, we already did that, though.
Okay,
And
but
it's-
let's vote by board member.
And before the
Yes.
vote, the lead strategic agent is Dr. Rhea MacGyver-Gibbs.
Oh! Well, wait. Hold up before, let's stand up. Is the camera on you?
Finish the
Oh, we
business
finished?
item.
Now the
Oh,
vote.
it
The vote.
didn't happen?
You have to
Oh,
vote.
Oh, my goodness.
Not
Okay.
official yet. You have to vote.
Okay, now I lost my train.
Vote.
We're voting.
Voting, okay, vote by board member Walker.
Aye.
Vote by board member Martinez.
I've known Dr. Gibbs and Dr. Gibbs for a long time. It's been a long time coming. Congratulations.
What's your vote?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Vote by Stephanie Lewis, aye.
And now, you want to finish? Why don't you finish those and before adjournment?
Okay, all righty, that's the plan. Okay, F, point 11, stipulated expulsion. Is there a motion to move?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Vote by board member
Aye. Oh, did you read?
Walker.
Read out the case.
Oh, case number 222314. Vote by board member
Aye.
Aye.
aye. Okay, now we have our new, I think I can say this word now, our new, what is it?
Strategic.
Strategic agent. Yes. come on up
Dr.
here.
Rhea MacGyver-Gibbs.
Yes.
All right.
Welcome.
Good evening, Board of Education, Dr. Avila, Superintendent, Innovation Team, and viewing audience. I am overjoyed by the opportunity to continue to serve in a district that has served me all my life as a student at Myers Elementary, Frisbee Junior High back then, and Eisenhower High School, proud graduate, class of 1985. Do the math. And for 32 years, I've been in education, and 29 years here in Rialto, serving in positions as teacher, program specialist, assistant principal, lead personnel agent, and now this opportunity. Dr. Avila, I thank you. I remember the first night I met you in the back row. I was here for a teacher that was receiving an award, and you were going to be named superintendent, and I was just talking to you, didn't know you. I thought you were an attorney. And then they announced it, and we clapped, and you got up, and you were kind that evening, and you've been kind ever since. And you are someone that we all learn from, and you are a mentor to all of us here in this district. And to serve beside you is an honor. And just to my personnel family for the last 7 school years, Rhonda Kramer, you're incredible.
Aww.
Just incredible.
The twins are broken up.
And to all the teachers I've worked with, administrators, classified employees, our union leaders, want to thank you for working beside us. I think we have unique relationships here in Rialto where we get things done very, very professionally and with a lot of love, because we're all here for the students and the families that we serve. And now let me back this up and thank my family. I want to thank my mom, who's going to be shocked. She's in Arkansas right now. We're getting ready to celebrate a wedding, and I'll be there soon, and they have no idea this is going on. No idea. I've been here all of my life, and my dad passed away 2 years ago. And he loved his family. And he was so very, very proud of us working here in the district. And I can hear him now talking to his dear friend Curtis Winton, who our parent center is named after, and he is saying, "This is the day that the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." And I want to thank my siblings. I have 2 sisters, and yes, there is a boy. I have a brother. He's the baby. And my sister Robin is here tonight, and she is an educator that I have learned so much from. You feed my soul every day. We have been following each other all of our lives. She's older. Don't get it twisted. We follow each other, and I love you. I love Robin, Rhonda, and James. My biggest fans, and my husband. The other Dr. Gibbs. You are my encourager, my friend, and I thank you for understanding all the things I have to do and the time I have to spend to serve the students and the employees that I love. And I want to thank my sons, who are 27, Austin, and Aaron is 25, and their mom has been an administrator since they were 2 and 4. So if anyone has sacrificed, they have. And they're going to be so shocked when I tell them this evening that Mom has more work to do. So I just want to thank you. I see Roxy in the corner. I have a way of attaching myself to the people I work with, and I don't let them go. And Roxy, you're my work friend, and you're my 3rd sister, and Rhonda, you're my 4th sister. And I just love this Rialto family, and thank you so much for the opportunity to continue service in a district I call home, because home is where the heart is, and my heart is in Rialto. Thank you.
Well, as acting president tonight, I think we need to have a family picture and a picture with the board. So let's come on up here, get the picture. Yes, yes. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
You better ask them about their makeup first.
All right, it'll be good. It'll be smudged.
I said I wasn't done crying.
Okay, where's her twins? Come on up here. With me to say, your homecoming prom. Okay, so next is item number
G.
G. Ooh, adjournment. The next regular meeting of the Board of Education of the Rialto Unified School District will be held on November the 16th, 2022 at 7 p.m. at the Dr. John Casaluna?
Yep,
Casalunas.
Casaluna Education Center at 182 East Walnut Avenue, Rialto, California. Materials distributed or presented to the Board of Education at the board meeting are available upon request from the superintendent office. Do we have a motion to move?
If I might ask the student board member to start adjourning us, and that would be, I make a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
What?
Second.
Wait, we got up before 9? All right. This is how things gonna be. No, I'm just playing. Okay, now I lost our train of thought. What are we supposed to do?
We just second call for the vote.
Okay, second. Call for the vote.
Stephen.
Preferential.
Preferential board members.
Aye.
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 Aye, and we're ending at 8:31.
All right.
Woo! All right. Oh.